I hit the brakes, oh, but it takes a long time to stop a train. Heavier the load, the further it goes. Takes a long time to stop a train. We were weighted down, we were standing bound. Takes a long time to stop a train. It's steel on steel, steel rail, steel wheels. Takes a long time to stop a train. Please get out of the way. Please get out of the way. Just had a crusade, standing on the tracks. Takes a long time to stop a train. Never saw his face, only saw his back. Takes a long time to stop a train. Was the end of March 2019. Takes a long time to stop a train. The steel threw sparks, the whistle screamed. Takes a long time to stop a train. Please get out of the way. Please get out of the way. I'm the engineer on the Buckingham line. Takes a long time to stop a train. Went 30 years with no one dying. Takes a long time to stop a train. Then we're standing near, swear I ain't lying. Takes a long time to stop a train. A second man appeared, I cried a second time. Takes a long time to stop a train. Please get out of the way. Please get out of the way. I wake up so early in the morning. You might not like talking to me. I need coffee just to be able to make coffee. I wake up like a cat up in a tree. Some folks rise and start shining. They're all ready to seize the day. As long as they keep their distance, everything just might be okay. I wake up so early in the morning.
Early in the Morning Afternoon News is filmed before a live webcast audience with your anchor, Nathan Moore. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Hey, South America. Yes. Awesome. Hello, Nathan Moore reporting for duty. Good morning. Good afternoon. Time for the day's headlines. First things first, let me put on my press hat. Take another sip of coffee. Now let's all take a breath together. Really do it. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. We're going to hold it in the middle. Take a nice deep one. Here we go. In. Hold it. Let it out. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're ready. I think I hear him now. Here comes the paper boy. Evo, what's up, buddy? All right, throw that thing in here. He winds up. He throws it in. Oh, it's a strike. Perfect pitch. Knuckleball. Sweet. All right, let's see. I have not peeked. Has anybody else peeked? You all already know what happened while I was sleeping, don't you? You could tell me that. You should be telling me the news. That's what should be happening. Here we go. Oh! Putin to deliver important statements soon, developing. Oh man, should we just stick around for that? I got my coffee ready. I could make some popcorn. Should I make some popcorn? I tell you what, almost had to do some breaking news. Oh wait, hold on. Oh no, the window is not working. Almost had to do some breaking news this weekend. I'll tell you what was going on in Russia was unbelievable. Just really shocking developments as Prigozhin's Wagner group turns on Russia. They've been feuding for a while, but just unbelievable developments. I almost did the first breaking news segment of Surly in the Morning Afternoon News. It was almost had to happen. I promised myself I wouldn't fix things live on the air because that's the first rule of radio. Don't admit that anything's going wrong, but Clutch is all ready to go here on the Discord server. He's got gifts flying in, and it appears to be not working on the show. Oh, no. I can't do it. I don't have the strength to be professional. I need to fix this. Prigozhin speaks out for the first time since abandoning mutiny. What did he say? Oh my goodness. I really want to fix this. I'm working on it. I know this is against the rules. I can't multitask either. I can't talk and hit all these buttons at the same time. I should show you a commercial or something. Oh wait, I think I fixed it. Oh my goodness. Are we back? Yes. Yay. Thank you. I know. They said it couldn't be done. No, Nathan, they didn't say it couldn't be done. They said it shouldn't be done. Oh, whatever. Sip of coffee fixes everything. Clean slate. Okay, where were we? All right. The turnaround in Russia. Questions swirl on truce. This guy is the Walking Dead. He's got to be. The idea that he thinks he's just going to go to Belarus and hunker in for a long vacation, I don't think so. Putin speaks. Is this already happening? All right, we're going to have to. All right. Another deep breath. The latest on the fallout. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure there's not many of you, but Wagner is, sort of like our Blackwater situation. It's a rising trend all around the world now for there to be these private uh, security firms. Let's put it like that. These are usually like ex-military, yada yada yada, that are a private firm that the government will hire to do military actions, basically, or to assist in military actions. There's a lot of problems with this. It's a model that's not just Russia. Everybody's doing it to a certain extent. But, one of the problems is, one of the reasons governments do it is because they can hire these private security militias, basically, to do things that they wouldn't be able to do as a state, as a country. They get to do operations that would not look good if it was the government doing it, which is really, really problematic. So Wagner was the big group for Russia. They have Wagner. They paid Wagner troops all over the world, in Africa, all over the place, doing all kinds of stuff. Well, in the beginning, like when Crimea happened, you remember the little green men that were there first? Like, who are these little green men? Are they Russia says it's not them. Everybody's like, it's Russia. No, and Russia's like, no, it's not us. It was Wagner in Crimea at the beginning. And in the eastern part of Ukraine for years, the little green men that were in there sowing rebellion and helping the local militias take over local government buildings and stuff like that, all Wagner. At the beginning of the war, Wagner was huge at this point. They were the spearhead of the entire war, and their group made some of the most successful gains in the Ukraine war for the Russian side. So Wagner but at the same time, the whole time they're operating independently of the Russian government. But they have thousands. Wagner was started by this guy, Prigozhin, who they call the chef. I thought he was like Putin's private chef and then worked his way up from there. I don't think that's true. I think he owned a bunch of restaurants or something. I'm not completely sure on all that. But this guy was a private dude, in the upper echelon, hanging out in different ways. And then he starts this security firm. And then he gets a special deal with Russia and just starts going to all the prisons and finding the most ruthless people he could find in all the prisons and giving them a deal to reduce their sentences if they come serve some time in Wagner. So this group was ruthless, to say the least. Thousands and thousands of men, though, that are part of this Wagner group. Well, a few weeks ago, it's starting to become a problem because they're really big. They're on the ground. They're making their own decisions, not always working in concert with the Russian state. And it becomes more and more contentious. Eventually, Russia, a few weeks ago, decides, all right, no more of these separate militias. We need to have everybody under the umbrella of the Russian army. We can't have people operating independently. There's all kinds of issues with that. So they tried to demand the dissolution of these private militias and integrate them under the umbrella of the Russian state government. And so Prigozhin didn't like the sound of that at all, and they had already been contentious. Now, it's the time of social media. The whole war, Prigozhin's been going on Telegram and different social media outlets and criticizing the Russian government decisions they're making. Unprecedented bucking the system and social media use. Just next level. Only in this day and age could any of this stuff even be possible. But there he is, on social media, criticizing the Russian government. So recently, according to him, who knows what the truth is, but according to him, he was not really willing to go under the umbrella of the Russian. They didn't want him out there. So apparently, according to him, really recently, the army attacked his troops, bombed them. According to him, he went on social media and said, Russia just killed 2,000 of my men. He said thousands. It's hard to believe, but that's what he says. So the next thing you know, he's like, this can't stand. We're going to oust the Secretary of War, whatever it's called in Russia, the general, the major general in charge of all the operations, one down in terms of the war from Putin. Prigozhin says we're going to oust this dude, and takes his troops and starts heading toward Moscow. They take over a military base in a town along the way, and they start freaking marching, quote unquote, in tanks and stuff, or cars and stuff, to Moscow. They're on their way. Moscow goes on lockdown. Everybody stay in your home. There's roadblocks everywhere. And they start fighting. Apparently more Russian aircraft were downed on Friday than any other day in the war, all from Wagner, all from their own hired thugs. It was all out fighting. At a certain point, Prigozhin changes his mind. They work out some deal where he's supposedly allowed to go to Belarus and be pardoned, have all charges dropped. Apparently that's the deal he thinks he's worked out. There ain't no way this guy is going to be allowed to live. I don't unless he just takes the money and run, changes his name, gets a wig. I don't know. I don't see how this guy plans on living to turn against Putin and Russia in such a huge way. This is huge breaking news. You talk about popcorn. These guys were marching towards Moscow, and who knew what was going to happen? If they hadn't decided to turn around, it was going to be a bloodbath on one side or another. What a crazy development. No matter what, Putin's authority seems to be not respected that much by this guy. And there's got to be a ripple going through the universe out there in that regard. Just absolutely crazy stuff. We almost had to do our first breaking news. I'm sure breaking news will be part of the machine at some point, but we're just not quite ready for that. But man,
a mercenary who led what looked and sounded like a revolt is now trying to answer one of those questions.
His explanation.
Why? CNN just obtained new audio of Prigozhin, and he says the march to Moscow was not a coup, but only a protest.
Two factors played into my decision to turn around. First factor, we wanted to avoid a Russian bloodshed. Second is, we marched in demonstration of a protest, not to overturn the power in the country. At this time, Alexander Lukashenko extended his hand and offered to find solutions for the further work of Wagner PMC in legal jurisdiction.
Oh my God, this guy is nuts. He's nuts. He's a dead man walking, folks. I don't see any other way around that. So Putin will deliver important statements soon. Putin speaks, vows to bring rebels to justice. Yay, of course he does. What a crazy story. All right, let's check in real quick with what Putin's saying here. I know this is not an in-depth
also
show.
Said they heard a scream near to the river.
So we'll blaze on through the headlines here in a second, but this merits at least a dipping our toe into the deep end. It merits a deep dive, but we'll just dip our toe in. All right, catching up with the gifts here. I'm with you. J. Dodd, good to see you, Newshound.
On the morning that Miss Bully went missing. Martin Brunt reports now from Preston.
When Nicola Bully disappeared in January, there was a 3-week police...
Hey, this isn't Putin speaking. All right, well, we'll just go with the headline. Putin vows to bring rebellion organizers to justice in TV address. The whereabouts of Prigozhin remain unknown, although it's believed he's been banished to Belarus. Oh, my gosh. West explores nuke risks from unstable Putin regime. Kremlin officials meet in Beijing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a turn of events. Crazy stuff. All right. Sip of coffee. We'll head on down the regular old headlines. Wow. Hey, Mom. So good to see you. Here, let me help you get through the day's headlines. Who's visiting White House? Logs include 300,000 names and still incomplete. Boy, that place is just turnstiles, just revolving door, just people coming and going. That's cool. Tourist attraction. I've never been in there. Fox News is back at number 1 after turbulence. Just oh my God, I did not hit that button. I didn't hit that button. That was my keyboard acting up. Inside the office debt time bomb. The office debt. How y'all doing? How's is your office in debt? Is it a ticking time bomb? We're all of our books are straight here. We've been on top of that from day one. You gotta start on top of it and never get under it. 2 of New York's most famous hotels plan comebacks. Good luck. Go get 'em, Tigers. White House ready, pumped up RFK Jr. Boy, I tell you what, this guy, RFK Jr., I listened to an interview with him last night, and his voice has gotten way better. He had some kind of surgery or something. It was always really hard to understand what he was saying because of his injured vocal cords, but he's been working on that, and he sounded a lot better. It was a very interesting interview. This guy has some stories to tell. Look at this hunk of a man. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is in the running. Oh, no. My buttons. It's always something. I'll tell you what. It is always something. Delaware lawmaker aims to be first openly trans House member. Good luck. Go get 'em. Average American has over $54,000 in debt. Gosh, I'm so glad I'm not the average American. Cheers to us non-average Americans. How's everybody doing? Raise my glass to you. Couple celebrating 50th wedding anniversary stabbed to death. Oh, no, it's our anniversary week. That is not the kind of story we want to hear. Not cool. Signs of butchery, cannibalism found on ancient human relative's bone? What? Signs of butchery, cannibalism. I'm sorry. Why are you reading that one again, Nathan? Move along. Nothing to see here. I don't know what's going on. Signs of butchery, cannibalism found on an ancient human relative's bone. It's not even a human? All right. Exactly. Ruh-roh. What does it mean? What does it mean? Oh, move along. Fallen Idol, HBO sets early final for Shock series. Sets early. They're getting it out early. They cut episodes 6 through 7, skipping right to 8. Is that what's going on? Pink is gobsmacked as fan throws mom's ashes onto stage mid-show. That's where she wanted to be dropped. Sorry, Pink. That was her final request. Some people want to be, sprinkled on the beach. Some people want to be sprinkled in their childhood home. Some people want to be sprinkled on stage at a Pink show. I mean, that's just how they roll. Well, the man himself last night, Elton John, bid farewell in a blaze of glory. I watched some of the show in Glastonbury last night. Extraordinary. What a career. I mean, oh, man. All right, folks, that's going to be the comedic break that we're going to get from time to time. This button seems to have a mind of its own, and the sad trombone will occasionally be punctuating today's show. I'll try to fix it tonight. But back to Elton John. He played for like 2 hours. Every single song was a hit. I could sing along to every single song. It was just extraordinary. What a career. He was playing the heck out of that piano, and I thought his voice sounded incredible. I mean, it seems like he has a lot more years in him, so hopefully that's It's not even, he might even be back. But for now, as far as we know, that was his farewell show. Oh, my goodness. All right. I promised I wouldn't fix things during the show. But here, let me take the sad trombone. Oh, my goodness. There's a record scratch. I've never even heard that sound. This is happening, folks. End of the Yellow Brick Road. Sir Elton John, what an amazing career. Thank you so much for the music. It was his final show of his farewell tour, Glastonbury last night, and was absolutely crushing it. And it's just such a marvel to hear song after song, even songs you're like, oh my God, I forgot he wrote that one. I know every word. Why do I know all these songs? Guy was amazing. I'm still standing, better than I ever did, feeling like a true survivor. Amazing. Big hand. Elton John. Wait, that's not Elton John. That's my machine messing with me. Oh, my goodness. Imbear. Meta's new AI lets people make chatbots. They're using it for sex. Every new technology that man invents is immediately used for sex by humanity. That's just how we roll. Oh, I invented something that will take what I call a photograph. Oh, could I borrow that for a second? Where are you going with that new invention? Come back here with that new invention. Two-thirds of North America could suffer summer blackouts, rolling summer blackouts. Apparently, it's getting hot out there. Here's a Virginia question. Is Youngkin dark horse of 24? No. I don't hear much out of him around here, to be honest. I don't know. I should probably leave the house more often, but as far as him being our governor, I don't really know what that means. What's he doing well? I mean, the place hasn't fallen apart, as far as I can tell. It's still standing better than it ever did out there, Virginia. I'm not sure if he gets credit for that, but we have not completely fallen apart, so I know that much. But I don't know. I can't tell you any good things that he's done, but maybe there is a couple. I don't know. I wish I knew more about him. He's our governor. That's sort of my point. That's all I'm trying to say. DeSantis voters angry at Fauci, anxious about Cinderfella tiring of Trump. DeSantis voters. They're out there. Not a lot of them, but there's some. Ron stumbles in New Hampshire. Whoops. He tripped on Biden. You got to look down, Ron. Yep, he fell. Biden had fallen on the floor, and Ron tripped over him. Secret Service agents testified before January 6th grand jury. Prosecution versus presidency cases present crisis for nation. Wait a second, Mom, you saw Elton John in concert? Go on. I didn't know this. Did you really? It's Promised Land drying. Mormon Church works to save the Great Salt Lake. Oh, the Great Salt Lake is drying. Have you ever been there? You ever been to Utah, around the Great Salt Lake? It's one of the most incredible landscapes. That's where they drove a motorcycle the fastest or something like that, because it's like one of the longest, straightest stretches of land, and it's pure white from all the salt. It's really a trip. It's like sci-fi. Jehovah's Witnesses could unexpectedly boost SF. Is that San Francisco? What does that SF stand for? That can't be San Francisco, can it? Heat of hell. Saudi sun challenges Hajj pilgrims. All right, it's part of their whole tradition where they walk really far. And every year, as it gets hotter out there, the pilgrimage is takes a bigger toll, and you have to prepare with new ways to carry water, different shoes, all kinds of things are having to be innovated to make it still doable. FDA creates path for psychedelic drug trials. All right, we should all get in that line, right? Gallup, church attendance still lower than pre-pandemic. COVID isn't over, but even most cautious Americans moving on. Yep. All right, top of column 3. We're doing it. We're blazing through these now. We found our rhythm where we are moving at a clip right now. This is when I thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Nathan Moore Songs. You can just search Nathan Moore on YouTube and find us. Click the bell to get notified so you know when we're live. And little notification will pop up on your phone saying, let's hang out. Do it. Most unpopular VP in history. Who is the most popular VP in history? Here you go. Trivia question. Don't worry, I don't know the answer. Nope, that's not it. Who is the most popular VP in history? Are you stumped? Yeah, I'm stumped too, because nobody knows. Because there's never been a popular VP in history, ever. But apparently, somehow we know Kamala is the most unpopular one. I don't know. I do know that she's been, unfortunately and mysteriously, MIA. I've not heard of a single thing. She must be hanging out with Youngkin. I don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows. Fighting darkness with light. Community united after neo-Nazi rally at synagogue. Nothing will bring a community together like a small gaggle of neo-Nazis hanging outside of a place of worship. That'll really that we always come together every single time. You got a few dorks that, yeah. Oregon video claiming to show far-right groups clashing sparks Fed theory. Sparks Fed theory. What a polite way to talk about conspiracy theorists on Twitter. I'll tell you what, sparks theory. That's a great way of, you get your hat on. I got a theory sparking over here. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sparking a theory. Wait. What are you doing in there? I'm sparking a theory. Rockets fired at Israel from West Bank, first in 18 years. From the West Bank. What is even called? The West Bank looks like a Dalmatian these days. Just a bunch of little islands. You can't even imagine what that headline is referring to. You can't picture it. If you picture it in your head, you're not imagining it right. Germany's AfD scores historic victory in local vote. I don't know what the AfD is. I don't know a lot about that stuff. So moving on. Argentina election shifts right as Latin America leans left. Boy, I'm getting dizzy. Anybody else? Welcome to the seesaw of life. One goes up and the other goes down. Apparently one can't go up without the other going down. It's how a seesaw works, folks. Gays, blacks, students, Supreme Court set for furious round of decisions and final days of session developing. Well, stay cool, Supreme Court. Think it through. Take a deep breath. Alito's wife leased land to oil and gas firm while justice fought EPA. Docs reveal justices' long-running tensions over ethics. Documents reveal the justices of the Supreme Court's long-running tensions over ethics. Well, that's sort of the point, right? They're supposed to experience that tension and then release their ruling. Tension and release. I don't know. Why don't we just let the conspiracy theorists on Twitter decide everything? Billionaire killed in horror crash at private Aspen racetrack. Boy, billionaires just out there dying in the more billionaires are dying in very interesting ways. There's tragedy all over the world, but leave it to the billionaires to put a twist on dying. They come up with a new way to die every day. Top agent Markle was not great audio talent or any kind of talent. Oh God, we're just devolving into the gossip section. You're in the back pages now, folks. We're about to go into the classifieds. You got to get me out of here before we're into the classifieds. Mondays are the new office fight. What is that? You got casual Fridays and then let's fight Mondays. It's just another manic Monday. And for the final headline of the day, folks, we made it. We did it. I don't know how we did, but we did. We survived the news. The final headline: how review bombing can tank book before it's published. Review bombing can tank a book before it's even published. Well, do people read books? I don't know. I'm doubting that people even read books anymore. I do have To Kill a Mockingbird here. I swear I'm going to put on my spectacles and dive in. But I don't know. It's almost the easy way out. Get a good review bombing, tank the book before it's published. You don't have to deal with the heartbreak of learning that nobody reads anymore. At least if your book is review bombed and it's tanked before it's even published, you can be like, wow, that book caused quite a stir. We did it, folks. We survived the news. We live to dance. Go get 'em, Tigers. See you tomorrow. Give 'em heaven. Always trust your cape. Let's dance.
I'm in no hurry to get to heaven. I ain't about to go there now. I ain't packing my bags and I ain't slowing down. And that's funny, cause heaven is heaven and here I am living in a hole. Oh, I'm in no hurry to get to heaven. I just soon go downtown. Me, I think I'll always like having you living folk around. I'm sure I get along with the angels, but they ain't like anyone I know. Oh, I'm in no hurry to get to heaven. In fact, I might not ever go.
Woo-hoo. Oh, yeah, it's a hoedown. So good to see you in here, Mom, Saul, everybody. Good to see everybody. Thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow.
I'm in no hurry to get to heaven. Best place it ever was. There must be something wrong with me. And I can always get to eternity tomorrow. I'm in no hurry to get to heaven. Thanks, but no thanks. There's bluebirds on the window. There's lilies on the banks. If I had to choose, I'd even sit here in sorrow. Oh, I'm in no hurry to get to heaven. In fact, I might not ever.
Oh, yeah. You're right, Saul. I'd have to read I Am Legend, the short story. Into it.
smoke. I'm in no hurry to get to heaven, some trouble about a pearly gate. If you go tell St. Peter for me, he'll just have to wait. I'm hanging on here long as I can hold. Oh, I'm in no hurry to get to heaven. In fact, I might not ever go.
You all are so awesome. See you tomorrow.
2-0. Early in the morning. I wake up early in the morning. You might want to head for the hills. I wake homeless with a toothache. I wake fired with a stack of bills. It's my chance to be bitter, and there's plenty to be bitter about. I wake wise to the wicked ways of the world, and I snarl and I grimace and pout. I wake up early in the morning.